but it's going to be eyes on the lights. It's going to be a 16-lap race to kick things off here in a baking hot Snetterton circuit. We're just waiting for the final rider to make it to the grid. That's Charlie Nesbitt. The green flag will wave at the back, and then we keep our eyes on the lights in the top left corner. 16 laps coming up here. Brad Ray starting on pole. We're underway. Good start from Brad Ray from pole position. Not so for Kyle Ryde. Rory Skinner also got a bit bogged down. The Kawasaki's made a decent start. Number 28 though it is, Brad Ray, that gets through and takes the lead.
Yeah, perfect launch for Brad. Just no looking back, no wheelie, off the line perfectly. But Kyle salvaged that. Looked like he was going to get bogged down a little bit and hasn't. He's all right.
Nice move there from Tommy Bridewell on Rory Skinner. He goes up into third over at the hairpin at Wilson.
Yep.
Oh, repaid the favour though immediately.
Exactly that. Yeah.
So lap 1 of 16. The Kawasaki's, by the way, don't look out for green machines. They're in a one-off design here this weekend. They're in yellow and black. There is Christian Idden, in fact, number 21, just in fifth spot. Just going a bit
really
wide, actually.
Going really, really wide, yeah. This is a doff of the cap to a 1970s and 80s Kawasaki colour scheme. It's nice, I like it.
Yeah, the candy yellow Kawasaki Z1.
Correct.
Ray it is that leads, hitting his markers early on. He will want to try and bolt, but as he said on the grid to you, these are conditions they've not faced so far this weekend. It's slightly hotter. That breeze has dropped.
Yeah, he's done a 20-lap run, and he said back at the end the tyre was still able to do some really decent times. So I think they have a plan. You've got to be really careful with tyre pressures. With the track temperature like this, the heat gets into the tyres, the air inside the tyre, that's air, it's not nitrogen or any fancy gas, expands because it gets hotter, and that pushes the temperature up and sometimes above what is required for decent grip.
Decent crowd in here on Saturday as we go into Murray's. Kyle Ryde's done well here on the opening lap, just to stick with Brad Ray. He's not letting him out of his sight. Out of Murray's corner, onto the start-finish straight we go. Number 28, Ray leads from the reigning champion, Kyle Ryde. Then it's Skinner, Bridewell, Haslam 5th, Nesbitt 6th. Storm Stacey, good start for him. He's just tussling it out there with Christian Idden.
Yeah, good start. I hope he's got something done with the bike, or at least got a decent tyre on it, because we saw him in qualifying. The bike looked really difficult to ride. Well, they're still tussling.
Oh, yeah, and they're losing ground here on the two out front as well.
Yeah.
But Tommy wrestles his way back into third, and I have to say, if he ends up finishing third in this race, it'll be such a job.
That will be a victory for where the team and Tommy have been so far this season. Missed that one a little bit. But, you know, they are holding themselves up a little bit, Rory Skinner and Tommy Bridewell. But from where Tommy's been, he needs to do this. He needs to get racing, pass some people, just feel competitive.
Yeah. And that's what gets him going. That's his drive.
That is his whole thing.
Going under the bridge into Brundle and Nelson. Brad Ray leading from Kyle Ryde, who's looking strong in second. There is the Cheshire Mouldings Ducati of Rory Skinner in fourth. Another Ducati behind him in Haslam. Rest of the pack going through. Danny Kent's setup woes seem to be continuing here. He's in 10th. He's got Max Cook ahead of him, Lee Jackson behind him. Storm Stacey.
And that, well, I said early on that I hope he's got something sorted with that bike. And I think a little bit of that's coming from the fact he's trying so very hard, but actually the bike's not working with him.
There he is on the Batham's AGN BMW, up ahead of the two AGN steel stock Kawasaki's of Idden and Cook. This would be a good result for Stacey. He outlined at the start of the weekend he needs regular top 10s. Just up ahead of him, Charlie Nesbitt holding his own nicely. It's hard to go round the outside at Coram Curve.
It is, without it being a complete block pass. It does happen.
It's now 1.2 seconds the gap at the top. Ray leads from Ryde. What a lap!
0.8 of a second he pulled out on your second place man in one lap. That's massive.
That's huge. This is Haslam, number 91, currently 5th. Charlie Nesbitt up behind him on the Honda, doing a great job. Storm Stacey joining them as well. Really impressed, actually. When you think Storm Stacey nearly didn't make it through Q1, it would have been a very different weekend if he hadn't managed to do that.
Yeah.
And he's fought his way through here on a bike that is not looking settled at all.
Listen, a little bit of that might be the fact the way he's riding it. You can soon make a bike look unstable that's perfectly good handling, but I think there's a bit of both.
Oh, a bit crash in the background there.
Yeah.
That is Lee Jackson, and he's involved with Andy Irwin.
Yeah.
Andy Irwin's claiming responsibility for that one.
Seems to be apologising, yeah, he does.
Putting his arms up. This is the battle for 6th place. The Mastermac Honda of Nesbitt up ahead of Stacey, number 79. Who I'm led to... Oh, that was a move from Iden.
That was a move. Iden really keen to get past. Must think he has extra pace and that Storm was holding him up to make that move in at Corrams.
Nice move then from Iden. He moves up into 7th spot. Look at this man.
Just unreal. Look at the lean angle. Look at the kind of ease and the comfort he's doing it with. Just lovely.
Yeah, here is the battle for 2nd place, and it is a battle now. Tommy Bridewell, where has he wrestled this
mystery,
from?
Isn't
He really is.
I mean, they've hit on something, obviously, with the bike set up. But I think a bit of that will come from him as well once he sees... Because he had his head right down at the beginning of this weekend. And look at him now.
But this would be such a boost for him, for Honda. We're on lap 7 of 16. This is a proper battle going on for 5th place now.
Yep.
Leon Haslam at the front of it on the Motor Rapido Ducati. Then Nesbitt there, Iden, Stacey, Cook and Kent. Coming through, Christian Iden.
What, that is, he's been quite, what's the word, savage.
For Christian, yeah.
Yeah, for Christian, the nicest man on the grid.
But he obviously feels like he's got the speed now to try and challenge Leon Haslam.
That's exactly what it is. You wouldn't try that move round there if you didn't think you could do something once you got the position.
Christian Iden, a race winner here. Rory Skinner. Rory Skinner is out. Oh, it's a mechanical for him. He's 4th at the moment. Well, he was. He pulls over to the side on the Cheshire Mouldings Ducati. What a shame for him. So this group of riders all fighting for 4th place. That's 4th down to 9th. That's Danny Kent. Number 25, Josh Brooks, has put in his personal best lap of 48.5. So the Aussie wants to be a part of this. There is Brooks on his Dow Racing Honda, trying to reel in Storm Stacey, who's just running into... You would imagine some tyre troubles late on here because he's fallen behind Max Cook. Haslam still leading this charge for 4th place. There he is.
You know, if you're riding like Storm is, really super hard, trying very hard, for whatever reason, it's him, how he's riding, or it's the bike that isn't right for him, or whatever, the combination does look a bit ragged. You are going to use more tyre. That's just a fact.
And it looks like
look at that, sliding the whole way into the hairpin there.
I think Brooks is going to make light work of that move.
Yeah.
Iden's still in 5th, trying to find a way through on Haslam. At the moment, he's in line for his best result of the season so far. Haslam then still 4th. There is Josh Brooks now making his move on Storm Stacey, who's helpless.
Completely. There's no way back now for Storm. I think he's struggling with the tyre. His lap times have dropped.
So Brooks moves up into 9th place. We're about to start lap 14 of 16. Brad Ray 5 and a bit seconds clear. He's just gone past our commentary box window here on the start-finish straight. Another 47.6 for him.
It's all he has to do. And I think that is reasonably easy for what he's capable of.
wide from Haslam, and that allows Christian Idden through. Idden's not had to work too hard for that one. It was given to him on a plate.
Yep. Haslam went into the hairpin a little bit hot there, had to run wide, no other way. You just can't turn it in when you're going 3 or 4 miles an hour too quick. The thing had fallen from under you. Here he comes.
Fought back though.
Has he got it stopped though?
Stopped.
The danger wouldn't. Yeah, he has. Good move.
Haslam keen to hold on to this 5th spot. It would be another solid points haul for Leon.
Yeah, 44, and he still loves the scrap. He'll be enjoying that.
Danny Kent goes through nicely on Charlie Nesbitt. That's another space made up into the top 6 then for Danny.
There is a little cutback there. You go into that chicane and you do cost your self-time going under somebody, and there's a little bit of a payback coming out, and sometimes you can nick the man back going into the bumhole.
Christian Idden there around Coram curve. He's having another think about it. There's only 1 lap left. Bradley Ray has crossed the line to begin his final lap.
I do feel if Christian's going to do anything about Leon Haslam, it's going to be something of a lunge, but there again he's got a little bit of form this race for him.
There's been a couple. 3 Richies. You'd have to be very big and brave to make the move there. Now here's your first opportunity. He's not close enough into Wilson, so that's another chance gone begging.
It does look to have a little bit of an advantage on tyres, does Christian, but I do think the Ducati will be a little bit quicker than the ZX-10R Kawasaki.
They go left through Palmer's. Idden now will look to try and get the drive to maybe have a look into Agostini.
Don't think he's got the lift out of the corners to put himself in a position to have a try at that.
No.
What he needs is a really, really good run onto the back straight and a decent slipstream, and try and combine the two together into the end of the straight.
Flicker left into
easy to say.
Turn 5. Yeah. Hamilton corner. He's not close enough here. This seems to be a strong point for Leon.
Yes.
Meanwhile, out front, looking so good, so confident, and so smooth on the Raceways Yamaha. Bradley Ray nearly home and dry. Kyle Ride second, and Tommy Bridewell.
Good ride.
Very good ride to get himself back into podium contention. In the background there, that's Charlie Nesbitt and Max Cook. 2 good friends, 2 riders in their second season of BSB, and Cook goes up the inside into Brundle.
Can he get it stopped though? Because I think he has. He might lose a bit of time. Charlie might swap back to the inside. Nah, no chance.
Coming in though to take the checkered flag. What a ride it's been. Another dazzling display. Ray's remarkable run continues here. He smokes them once more. Absolutely outstanding. 4 on the trot for him at Snetterton. Kyle Ride second. Had no answers, but a good result for him. Tommy Bridewell third. Who will take 4th? It is going to be Haslam that holds on to that 4th spot ahead of Christian Idden. Good ride though from Idden on the AGN Steel Stock Kawasaki, his best of the season. Danny Kent 6th on the McCams Yamaha, then Cook, Nesbitt, Josh Brooks and Storm Stacey.